face. You know, they look a little nervous because we know you're a murderer, man. They know you're a murderer.
Right.
They know for speaking out against you, man, how you get down.
Yeah.
We know that as well. But we have Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shalom outside, so we can stand in great boldness, like it talks about in Wisdom of Solomon in the 5th chapter. And at the end of the day, you know, death isn't final. That's something that we understand. Regardless of what you do to the Lord's men, what plans you got, the kingdom is still going to be upon the earth.
Right. And the man of sin is being revealed openly.
Yeah.
American Airlines, they limited flights and restricted because pilots is dropping dead.
Yeah.
So you can't hide all of these different things that the prophet has been speaking truthfully on for too much longer. These things can't be hid under the rug, man. You know, everything's about to come out. It seemed like Esau trying to cover up, you know, like those little things you hit, the little games that keep popping up. Guacamole, Esau trying to cover up wickedness here, and another thing popping up, you know? Even his own people, like they said in Psalm 64, his own tongue shall fall upon himself. Yeah. So you got other Edomites bringing out information. Go ahead.
Yeah, man.
You got it. I'm about to say, when that juice came out, man, the apostle of Great Millstone was telling y'all not to take it, man. They was warning our people that sit because the Lord told us, you know what I'm saying, to warn our people, man. Yeah. You know, telling our people not to trust this devil, man. But now you see the results. Now, like the elder said, man, you got these pilots out there. You got young teenagers, man, 19, 20, just dropping dead from heart attacks, man.
Crazy.
This is hell, man. And Esau can't hide it anymore, man. And that, they just had that WEF, man, the World Economic World Economic Forum, man. Trying to hide, and they kept it all. They tried to keep it secret, man. Yeah. Certain of the big heads like BG wasn't there, but he sent some of his ambassadors there. You know, they don't want to show their face because they trying to keep it all secret. But the scriptures say, "Woe to him that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord," man. You know, hey, in Psalms 2, man, Psalms chapter 2. Why do the heathen rage, man? You know, they're imagining a vain thing, trying to plot. You know, trying to bring forth their NWO when it's not gonna work, man. Just like it says in Psalm 2, the Lord, the Most High of heaven gonna laugh at them, man.
Yeah.
You know,
because regardless of everything that they're doing, the Lord wrote it for you to do anyway. Yeah. They're really in the trick bag.
Right.
Everybody's playing their part in the Lord's movie, and that's what he fails to understand. Even in his motives, the plans that's popping up into his head. The Lord sealed that instruction in your head, man.
This Isaiah chapter 29, verse 15. It says, "Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord."
Yeah, that's what Esau does, man. He try to have these secret meetings and all this shit, trying to make it, you know what I'm saying, discreet as possible, man. But those angels are amongst them, man. Writing down everything, just like we can go back to the time of 2 Kings, man. Okay, when the king of Syria tried to come up and war against the king of Israel, man, the northern kingdom, man. All right, when they Elisha, you know what I'm saying? Elisha, when they told the king of Israel, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? Hey, they trying to plot. Don't go up this way, man. Okay, when the king of the heathen found out, the Syrians found out, he got pissed, man. Like, how does he know? He thought one of his men had told Elisha, man. But one of his men say, it wasn't nothing. Hey, he heard what you said in your bed chamber, showing you that it was a secret council, man. Right. But those angels were amongst that, writing it down and when it told Elisha, man. You see? Just like now, those angels are marking down. They're amongst Esau when these different top leaders, man, these world banking families, man, when they had their council, man. Right. The angels are there, man.
Yeah, Amos 9 and 8, the eyes of the Most High power are upon the sinful kingdom, man. The angels and the Most High eyes himself. The Most eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all of the ways of man, because Esau, Edom, they use deception and secrecy to keep their power, you know?
It says,
that's why I said, woe to them and destruction unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel, man. You got it, brother.
It says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us?
But the Most High seeth you, man. Like the elder said, the eyes of the Lord are 10 times brighter than the sun, man. You see? So the Most High observing it, he sees everything that goes on. Don't nothing happen on the planet Earth without the Most High knowing it, man. So what these devils think they're doing, the Lord, like, hey, they in the trick bag, like the brother said, man. Right. The Lord already, hey, he's making them do this thing, man. Right. You know, Esau so proud, he don't even realize that this the Lord is controlling his ass, man. You know, just like Pharaoh, just like the Lord controlled Pharaoh, man. Pharaoh didn't have no free will, man. You know, it was the Lord. The Lord was controlling, and like it says in Romans, it says in the moment, just says, hey, I'll raise Pharaoh up. I'll raise thee up so I can show my power, man.
You know, because Esau is the modern day Pharaoh. This is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, like it says in Revelation 11 and 8. You know, so Esau and Edom, the powers to be, that's the modern day Pharaoh. Right now, the Lord is hardening their hearts. So even though they know the Most High and the prophecies, they gonna still have a level of pride to fight against the Most High, to fight against the angels, to come against Yahweh Shai and the chariots, to come against the prophets. You know,
Hey, that's those vain things that he speaks about in Psalms chapter 2. This vain brother think you gonna actually try to fight against the Lord, man. Yahweh Shai, you niggas are crazy, man. You gonna lose, bro.
Big deal.
Yeah, big L, man. Overkill, man. Water's gonna come back and it's gonna be an overkill, man. You know?
We talked about that last week when you go to 2nd and 16th chapter, man. It wasn't multiple attacks that's described when you go to 2nd and 16th chapter.
Right.
It was one hit.
Yeah, that one move.
All this military power you think you got, all this strength you think you got, and you're gonna get one hit or quitter, man.
Yeah.
You build all this strength just to get hit with the one piece. Go ahead.
I'm gonna just hit the points in just a few verses. This is Psalm 64:4. It says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. They shoot in secret at the prophets. They're trying to find a way to basically destroy us in this message. You know, they're trying to censor the truth at the end of the day. All of this censorship campaign from Andrew Tate, Kevin Samuels, all these different guys, you know, it says they encourage themselves in an evil manner. The commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? So Esau, Edom, that deception and that pride, they don't think that anybody's observing what's going on.
Right.
But the Most High has them in a trick bag. He created them in the first place to move accordingly. It says, they search out iniquities, they accomplish the diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. But the Most High shall shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded. So shall they make their own tongue to fall upon themselves, all that see them shall flee away. So the Most High, like we've been saying, has them in the trick bag, and even their own tongue is gonna fall upon them, man. You know? So all of this wickedness that they're doing in the dark is being exposed, is being brought to the light. That's one of the reasons why Satan is gonna have to come with great wrath, because he knows that shows he has a short time, because he's being revealed. Go ahead.
Job 20, verse 5. It says that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment.
We should get First Maccabees 2 and like 60.
Read that again, actually, too. Gotta get that. Yeah.
I was Job 20. I started at verse 3. It says, I have heard the check of my reproach, and the spirit of my understanding caused me to answer, knowing thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth. The triumphing of the wicked is short.
Right, so Esau really, in the grand scheme of things, he's only had a short run, man. America hasn't even been an exception for 300 years.
Right.
You know?
What y'all talking about,
Go
man?
ahead.
I'm highly in
Hold on,
on.
just
We
preaching the Bible,
teaching the
brother.
class.
And the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment.
But the joy of the hypocrite for a moment. And a hypocrite is another word for active. Do you believe in the Bible, brother? Hey, let me ask you something. Can I ask you a question, brother? Can I ask you a question? Do you believe we're in the last days? Hey, but that's it. Shows Jake are hate knowledge, like the scripture says. You know, they
want
want
to
us
walk
to
up
do
and be
good.
disorderly and walk in front of the camera and you say, hold on, we're teaching the class. You know, like it says in Ecclesiastes 5:1, man.
Yo, Hosea 4:6.
He wouldn't do that if Esau was up here saying something. He would have waited.
Yeah.
He would have had a different manner of conduct and coming up and trying to ask us a question, man.
But our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. He just came on some game plan, whatever the hell he was trying to do. It's about folly. He's not about trying to promote the will of the Heavenly Father, push these prophecies, warn our people to repent, because all of this destruction is about to happen. Esau's the damn devil. He's your enemy. He don't want to know about that. Jake always want to come with foolishness and game plan. When Esau, this nigga's plotting in the darkness behind you, on you right now.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
He filmed the ass.
Yeah. But it's okay though. Because 2/3, if I could say Esau gonna get caught off guard, but 2/3 is gonna get caught off guard by Esau.
Yep.
Because Esau playing for keeps, and why you niggas playing, man? Go ahead, brother.
Job 20:6, though his excellency mount up into the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? says, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found.
And that's peace on earth, if I can say, man. Once Esau, Edom, once they complete their contracted assignment to rebuild our kingdom, we're gonna do away with them. Or the Most High is gonna do away with that spirit. Go ahead.
He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea.
Let's talk about the heritage of Esau. What can you relate that to? You can relate that back to Malachi chapter 1, verse 1 through 4. The Most High said he was going to destroy Esau's heritage and his posterity forever, man, with the righteous indignation, meaning righteous anger, man.
Right. You know, he built, he said, I'm going to throw down, man.
Exactly.
You know? Yep.
The end thought is that their house should continue forever. But the Most High has other plans, man. You're not gonna fulfill, because even when you read using Job 20, right? When you jump down to around 22, it says in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. So right when they're at the pinnacle, they think they're gonna accomplish their NWO agendas. The Most High gonna intervene, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
I jumped to verse 22. Job 20 and 22, it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Hey, like we said, hey, every hand is going to come upon him. One thing is these other nations are going to come upon him, you know, because they basically feel like they have became, like what it says, they became, you know, so they're going to basically mount up and come down and rain fire on Esau Edom. You know, we know that's prophesied.
Jeremiah 51, let us go into our own country. These nations just gonna cash out and they gonna go deal with their own people, man. It ain't gonna be no hill in Babylon. Because according to prophecy, all the nations gonna be shooting missiles on this place. Even the so-called American allies.
The enemy's gonna turn against her. She's gonna do something. This whore is gonna do something so vile, so despicable, that it's gonna justify her allies turning against her, man.
This place gonna be pierced with many arrows, man. Meaning those ICBMs.
Right.
You know?
What is it starting off with? We've been seeing how Russia has been getting, you know, Russia coming back in the power like that USSR period.
Right.
You know, got that hook in their jaws, now turning back.
Right.
Ezekiel 38. You know, and now you starting to see what? Turkey becomes, that was supposed to be an ally. Now
Right.
Turkey's starting to be more against America, become more embedded with Russia. You know, then you got the BRICS nation. So you got to think, if America is going, their allies are going to turn against them, who are they going to lead to?
Ukraine gonna go against them too.
That's right.
They gonna go back to their old Soviet ways. You know? They gonna conglomerate with the Russians, man. You know?
This is Revelation chapter 17 and verse 16. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Those 10 horns are going into those 10 hegemonies, man, that America is linked with, that create the EU and the NATO. Okay, that North markets. Yep, those 10 common markets, man. They're going to start hating this.
Hey, this was prophesied. Daniel prophesied about this. Daniel too. What he going to? He started with the Babylon, and like I said, with the Babylon, Persia. All right, from the Persians going up to the Greek, Romans. Then what? The revamp of what? That old Roman spirit.
Right.
Right. That's right. Those like you say, that those feet and 10 toes mixed with miry clay, partly iron. And then what's the prophecy after that? All right, that is going to be that great millstone, that stone is going to break them all into pieces. And the whole thing is going to crumble.
That's right.
That's going into your Howard shot.
This is Daniel chapter 2. I started at verse 31, and it reads, thou, O king, sawest, and behold, a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. This image head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay.
It's going into the 4 major empires, what? That scattered us abroad. Right? Those 4 major empires that have had dominance on the world scale.
Babylon, Persia, Greek, and the Romans.
Yeah, there were little rulerships in between, but they weren't major like those.
Right.
All right? So now we're in the feet and the toes, which is the revised Roman Empire. It's the extension of that.
Right.
Okay? Yes.
And every nation, the Most High set up to go down. Why is America gonna be any different, man?
And then going into that feet and that toes, man. That's the after that. There's nothing after that. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the foundation. That's the hey. This is the last kingdom. This is why we're so excited about these prophecies coming to pass, because we know this is it. We're not gonna have to be in suffering anymore. We're not gonna be at the bottom of the social totem pole anymore, man.
Right.
We're gonna get our inheritance. The earth was made for our sakes.
Hey, this is the last empire that's gonna rule before Yahweh Shah sets up his kingdom.
That's right.
Like,
And who
when
is
you read- I was just gonna say when you read this Isaiah 9,
Yeah.
and around 5, it talks about refuel of fire, and then the next verse it talks about that counselor that is talking about Yahweh Shah's kingdom after the destruction.
It talks about how Armageddon is going to be fought, and then there's not like the hell
Right.
going into. But who's prophesied to rule that the feet and the toes? Of course, this 2 Ezra 6 and 9. Okay, and this also it's just a quick one to prove that Esau ain't done away with, because he has to be present in the last fight scene of the movie. You know,
2 Ezra 6, verse 9. It says, "For Esau is the end of the world,
well, Esau is the end of the world, meaning the end of this age. Aeon. Okay, go ahead.
and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows."
Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, are the beginning of it that followed. Now we're the only kingdom in which the sun will never set. We're not gonna rule how these other kingdoms rule, man. We're gonna rule with perfection. We're gonna be given new bodies. We're gonna be like gods upon the earth. So anybody who's not longing for that, who wants to stay here in these chains of darkness, in this shitty existence, man, this ain't for you. And you're gonna have to die to death and then get right on the other side, man. That's what these people need. They need death, they need woe, they need a reality check. Because they don't have it. You have something? Hey, something.
That's all that's coming to this place. Limitation of the whole and morning, like it talks about in 2 Ezra 16. You know, before the destruction, of course.
This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 13. Nevertheless, we according to his promise look for new heavens and a new earth, where is dwelleth righteousness. It's 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 9.
It's a certain process that we got to go through to get those new heavens. Through much tribulation, we enter into the kingdom of heaven. You know, go ahead.
2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering toward us.
So it seems like these prophecies are tarrying, but the Most High, he's long suffering towards the elect during this time of grace, so we can be sealed into this faith, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance.
Right. Let's talk about the elect. That's the only people that's going to repent of the nation of Israel. Go ahead. That's what this grace period is for. Go ahead.
But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
Yeah, for 2/3, for all the heat is Esau Edom, it's going to come as a thief in the night. And people see like everything around you is swiftly changing, man. It costs damn $20 to get a damn car to age, man. You know, gas prices are starting to slowly get back up. The cost of housing, just all your basic necessities, your life is totally changing. They're trying to put more laws in place, more draconian legislation.
He was talking about the houses.
Right.
I was watching the Tiny House Nation. My wife, she has the HGTV on. They selling tiny houses for the price of actual houses. I'm watching the show, I'm trying to figure out how they spin this to make sense to people.
Yeah.
And they just, these Edomites, they still got a little bit of wiggle room.
Right.
So they still purchase it, but it's about to hit Jake hard, man.
Right.
Man, don't forget, you got it. I was about to say, don't forget about these different types of companies like Amazon who's cutting jobs, man. There's been hella workers
Microsoft,
coming out here.
15,000 jobs.
But Amazon, I think it was Amazon today. 6%, I think like 18,000 jobs, bro. And who mostly work at them hoes, the warehouses?
Jake.
You know, he's making you obsolete because he's gonna push forward these robots, man. He ain't gonna need you no more, Jamal. He got his AI, he got a nigga that don't need a cigarette break.
Right.
You know?
And all these app-based jobs is going to be done away with too. You ain't going to make no money because it's going to be so crowded.
Yeah,
You can't hustle on a crowded block.
Man.
You know, so you trying to lead a warehouse. Okay, I'm going to just log into the Uber Eats and DoorDash. And then you're going to make like $5 a day, man.
Hurt.
You know, hurt. Because everybody's already on that route right now. But Jake don't consider. Jake, like that dude came off playing, want to be entertained, worried about if the Cowboys going to go to the Super Bowl. All of this madness, you're going to be caught off guard, man.
Right.
You know?
that little, you know, if you lucky to get that income tax, man, Jake ain't smart. He not paying attention on what's going on. They'll blow that shit.
Blow that
They
shit
gonna
on
blow
the
it.
Bill.
Yeah,
You know?
Jake ain't gonna try to convert it into maybe some silver eagle coins, maybe buy a little bit of gold, maybe put it in some stocks, some other assets that's gonna appreciate. Jake gonna just buy some damn Jordans and some bullshit ass designers, some flat screen TVs, man, to put in that small ass roach infested apartment.
Right. And there's a rumor going around. They can go to
Yeah, Jake finally go to Ruth Chris. Yeah, he finally take his girl to Ruth Chris, man.
And there's a rumor going around saying that the income tax is going to be less this year. You know, and it's just a little speculation. But still, man, it's beautiful that, you know, you got inflation, you got these job losses, you know, you got evictions starting to ramp up. Like, it's beautiful that these prophecies come to pass. Because what did y'all say? Just like the scripture said now, the Lord is slack concerning his promise. You know, where's the promises coming? Y'all niggas been saying that for a long time. So it's beautiful that calamity is hitting, blindsiding you.
Yep. Just as in the days of Noah, man. You know, they were willingly ignorant when you read up in 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, man. Until the flood came and washed them all away. So they was doing the same thing they doing to us during the time of Noah. Oh, that ain't gonna happen. Y'all been talking about that for 10 years. Y'all been talking about that for 15, 20 years, man. When is it gonna happen? Just as in the days of Noah, when that water comes. Hey, this is the second death, man. But the Lord is not going to destroy the world as we know it by water anymore. It's going to be by fuel of fire.
Yeah,
like we're going into.
Yeah. All those. Hey, I seen the old clip. I seen the old clip of the apostles going into it when they was on that couch back in the day with the end of the world sign behind them, talking about, you know, the jump shot and how that would tie into the MOTB. They was talking about that so many years ago, man. It's playing out now. They talked about the FEMA camps. Washington State released an article a couple days ago saying they're trying to get a bill passed to where they can detain people who are, you know, against the jump shot.
Yeah, the apostle was talking about that lesson a while ago.
Yeah.
He was sitting on that bench.
Yeah.
Going into that, it's like an NA act, NRA act, something like that.
Yeah. They're trying to push for the act where they can detain you.
Yeah.
BG said we need a task force for those who are, you know, spreading misinformation. So all these things are getting ready to play. Shalom, Papa. Shalom.
Just getting it in.
Yeah, man. So these things are getting ready to play out at a high level. You understand? And it's not gonna be a, you know, maybe I should start. Bro, I'm gonna tell you like this. For most people, if you're not kind of really in the flow of what we're talking about, it's a little late for me.
Hey, you gonna get caught with the knockout point.
Yeah.
That's what 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter is going into. Get caught like a thief in the night.
Yeah. It's
It's
gonna be some people that squeak in and that believe.
Right.
But right now, it's pretty late. We late in the game, man.
Some people, it's too far gone at this point, man.
It's over with.
Even for guys who claim themselves to be Israelites, man.
Right.
Teaching that the Quran is sin.
It's sin.
All of this madness, man. You're going to get caught off guard, too.
They made a beautiful lesson today. They say if it's sin, then how do you know you got it?
Right.
How are we supposed to know if you got the MOTB? Because everybody is sin.
Right.
You know what I mean? King David sinned. He ain't gonna make it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's something you can function in society with. If you don't have it, you can't function in society. Okay? The brother Taj went into it early. He said that for me to go into work, I gotta have that badge to have access to the building. He said that karagma, which is an incision in the flesh, going back to the root word karats, to be cut into, right? You're gonna need that to function in this society. That's where this place is headed. This devil wants to defile our temple once again.
He wants to track everybody.
Yeah.
Because even at my job, even if you trail in behind somebody else without using your badge,
Yeah.
you can get wrote up for that.
Yeah.
I just
You can
found
get
that
fired.
out. You can get fired because they basically want to keep it in a count when everybody's coming in the office.
That's what the blockchain is going to be. Attached to your chip. All your purchases are going to be on the blockchain. Right now, I can have some cash in my pocket. I can, hey man, hey, I like this.
Hey,
how much?
Even right now too, they tracking the carbon emissions.
Yeah.
If you make certain purchases, then they'll send you the slip. You use this amount of carbon. Now they carbon tracking.
Yeah, man. Everything is going to be tracked. They gonna know every little thing you do. They want their eyes to be brighter than 10,000 times brighter than the sun. They want to be like the Most High.
That's why they got cameras everywhere too.
Yeah.
Cameras everywhere. Goddamn.
Yeah, man. Like, the Eagle Eye. They did that like what, 15 years ago? Yeah, go ahead. Oh, yeah.
That big ass screen is probably a big ass camera.
Yeah, man.
Facial recognition.
You got a camera on your face. All day.
It's Daniel chapter 8, verse 25. And through his policy also he shall cause crafts to prosper in his hands. And he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. And that policy, like NRA trying to demonize people for bringing out information. These are policies that he's about to write into law.
Yeah.
You know, and demonize or criminalize people who are speaking
Against his status quo.
Right.
He's going to speak as a dragon. When you look up draconian law, all right, those are laws that, man, they can be punishable by death. Anything punishable by death. So us speaking the way we speak, us having a point of view that we have, they're going to spin it into a way that is treason. It's treason, as into it's dangerous for society. You're seeing a preliminary round of that with guys like Andrew Tate. A man speaking ideas, and they found a way to justify imprisoning him.
Yup.
Everything you say is considered hate speech if it's against the ways of Esau either.
Yeah.
Ways of his policy, everything. He basically implement things, and anything you say something against it, then where you go in the street and you say you're speaking against it, you're speaking hate.
Yeah.
You know, you're a hate group now.
They making a man an offender for a word.
Yeah. They're setting up little things. It's the laws. They're setting up these mindset. They're pushing mindsets on the people so that when they want to roll on us, they're justified.
Right.
They did the same thing with Yahweh Shah, man. They tried to find fault with him, okay? And then they said, God damn it, we got to find a reason to arrest him. They arrested him, you know, and they beat him and killed him. That's what they're going to want to do to the Lord's men.
And his followers, you know,
Yeah.
going into it.
Yeah.
Because Peter, that's why he was cursing when they came to get him. He was like, you was with that man, you
Yeah.
Yahweh Shah. He was like, nah.
Get off me, I didn't know him, fuck.
Yo, you with them guys that's speaking against the Roman Empire, basically.
Yeah.
You know?
You was committing treason with him.
Exactly.
what is it, his speech berated them?
Yeah.
So Psalms 94:20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law?
Yo, Esau frames mischief by law. The word police go back to policy when you read in Daniel 8. Esau, Edom, they're known as the police of the earth, especially the American military.
Correct.
You know, they're always in somebody else's territory. They got all of these embassies and military bases on every country in the planet. You know, they're the police of the earth. They're always forcing their way, the American way, democracy, you know, through policy. They shall cause craft to prosper in their hand, man. You know?
The same thing they always did. The Greeks did it, and now the Americans doing it. You know, the Romans, they push their vibration upon the earth, man. That's why they say everybody has to, they're assimilating everybody to American culture.
Right. Definition for that scripture. The Hebrew word is aimal. When you go down to Strong's definition, it says wearing effort, hence worry, whether of body or mind. That's what the definition does. It's to have people worried in their bodies. They do it in the VAX. They worry in the mind because they pushing all these draconian legislation like the brother's been going into. They cracking down, man, because he knows he had a short time. You know, with that MOTV come, it's going to be a worry in the mind. Because people that are rooted and grounded, that both sides not dealing with, they can be worried about how they going to feed themselves, their family, their kids. Jay, women going to be on their ass. So they going to be stressed out. Like I said, these jobs, everybody's getting laid off.
Yeah.
So the money's getting tight. They're going to worry about where their next meal going to come from. It's going to get bad out here, man. That's why Scripture said, man, should I have pity on them for lack of bread?
Yeah. Love the minutes will wax cold.
Those days don't wax cold. So it's going to be bad out here. Why? Because Esau's cracking down with these specials, man.
So that's when pride disappears. Let me tell you something, man. Survival, that instinct when you in survival mode, that's a motherfucker. Okay? When it gets to the point where you, like the hell is going into, when you people don't have those things, all that pride gonna disappear.
Hey, matter of fact, can somebody get Second Ezra 8:50 real quick? Read that for us.
It's more the definition of says grievance, iniquity, labor, mischief, miserable, pain,
Hey,
perverseness,
Yeah, go ahead.
sorrow, toil, travail, trouble, weariness, all these things that got synonymous with mission, man. Bad times.
All right, we're gonna break off over here.
Okay, toil and trouble. Esau's gonna be like he's already doing. He's gonna be causing more hell on the earth. The Most High said stop. He's trying to obtain that.
That's it.
It's like he's trying to come away with the ways of the Lord too, man. You know, that's what it's all about, man. He's trying to with these different laws, legislation that he's bringing forth, man. He's trying to exile the way of the Lord. That's why I say where our Lord was also crucified, man. He's trying to exile the way of Yahweh Shem Shai and set up his own way, man. You know, that's why he's going to deem anybody who's following or believing in the scriptures, he's going to deem you a terrorist, man. Because the way of the Lord is contrary to the way of this world, man. Okay?
This is Daniel chapter 8, verse 25. It says, and through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. And that by peace destroying many, when he created that jump shot, a lot of you Israelites, so-called Negroes, Native Americans, you got that jump shot, and look what's happening now. People just dying, you know? Hey, bro, people just dropping, bro. You know, and we speaking in code because we know what's going to happen. But check this out: what they meet and all coming to agree is what we brought out earlier. 17,000 of those representatives of that organization, they pretty much voted against it because they see what they're having, man. You know, and y'all starting to feel that in y'all bodies, man.
Just like when the jump shot first came out, you had these different leaders of these so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans persuade you to take it, man. This is nothing new, man. Esau always gonna try to use Jake to persuade Jake.
Yeah,
We're gonna use our own leader. Hey, Esau, that's why even in this medical field, you know, the majority of the time he's not gonna have a Edomite doctor come to you and tell you about you, because Jacob feel more comfortable with a Jake doctor than he would an Edomite. They'll be more, they'll feel more comfortable doing it if it was somebody like him, bro. Versus if it was an Edomite, man. They had an Edomite doctor, man. But real quick, this is First Maccabees 1 and chapter 1 and verse 11. It says, in those days went there out of Israel wicked man who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from sin, we have had that sorrow. And that's what these different leaders of our people are going to do in the time to come when that MOTP is pushed forth, man. Right? You know, in that time, man, you're gonna have that big ass commercial with Denzel and Beyonce and Jay-Z. Here we got it. Look. Like you're gonna make a little cool, just get out the car, just go right line and walk out the store. Hey, what do you have to say? Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Kevin, commercial already. Yeah, you walk through that grocery store, remember that? Yeah. And he had that little whatever he had in his hand. He just walked right through, he had a little apple in his phone.
Yeah, you know. And they already got stores on Amazon store. You can go to get all this shit. That shit, you can walk out with the shit, because the shit not already, because it's tracking you. It already got your facial recognition and all that. You know, you won't.
It's a girl too that walked in the grocery store. It was like a Target or something out there in I believe Arizona. And they already had the machines out there. And it's not for a phone or no credit card. It's actually for it. And she was like, "What is this?" She was like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to have a scanner on your name." You see that video?
We went to Whole Foods.
Oh yeah.
You was with us?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, with me, you in the aisle. Yeah, we went to Whole Foods, but they had the thing you can put your hand on.
Yeah, it's already set up.
Yeah, he's conditioning these people to get ready to take it, man, because that's gonna be that new way of payment. You know,
what is this for? Oh, you should put your hand up here, and you up there putting your hand up there, and then they have it. Well, you gotta get that chip. You know, so he's setting up that infrastructure. He's setting up the stage for this. That's why, like you said, you had Bank of America having issues with everybody losing their money, you know, and looking for it. A lot of that's gonna happen. That's why they call it the Great Reset. One day you're gonna see probably everything gets shut down. Then when everything come back on, it's gonna be like a reboot of the computer. It's gonna be a whole new upgrade. Now then, like you said, you can have the commercials, you can have these other celebrities. Hey, you should take this, get this. And then, you know, that's why I said, like in Maccabees, what did it say? Ever since we've been getting, you know, we ain't got this, we've been in sorrow. Man, we can't hardly eat. We got to go 20, 30 miles just to find some food. With all these stores, we got to have that C-hip to get it. That's what he's gonna do.
And more and more of these shit like with Bank of America gonna take place. There's gonna be more people. You're like the brother last night with the cash out shit. People trying to charge your account. Like, how the fuck they get my card information? Yeah, there's gonna be more of that. He did that back then, man. And then he pushed forward that chip that was on the cards we got now. Now he want to move from that. He want to put it in your ass, man. Right. You know, and he gonna make it seem like it's convenient.
Peace is Satan. Yep. Destroy me.
Now nobody can't identity theft. Identity theft will go to zero if everybody has this. No one can steal your information.
Well, they did me with the chip on the card. I kept my old card. I remember this, and then all of a sudden my card just stopped working. You know, and then I called my bank later on, like, what's going on? And they were like, well, we sent you a card. My card working fine at first, but they sent me a card with the chip in it.
Yep.
You know, they were like, well, now, you know, you got to switch to this. So they just automatically cut my card off. And I had to.
Because they made it seem faster. Yeah, I remember that shit, bro. I was younger. But I remember, like, it took more time. Then people just start coming up with the chip in there. And it was gone. Like, oh, shit. Mm-hmm. He gonna make it an inconvenience, man. To the point to where these people are gonna be like, man, you know what? Fuck it, man. Yep. These people already don't have patience as it is, man. That's why Esau created. They in the mindset of I need it now. I want it right now. This fast food mentality, man. You know, they don't have no damn patience, man.
Daniel chapter 8, verse 25. On at the end it says, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. And the prince of princes, that's Yahweh Shah, man. You know, the Lord is gonna make this man, says he's gonna make him Durst fight in second Ezra chapter 13, man. Okay, when the Lord invades this world, man, with the angels, hey, the Lord gonna make Esau fight against him, man. Okay, that's why I say he's gonna stand up against the prince of princes, but he's gonna be broken without hand, meaning he's gonna be broken with spiritual power, man. You know?
What was that at the beginning? It said by peace.
Oh yeah. It says, and by peace shall destroy many.
Never trust thine enemy. Yeah. Sirach 10. I mean, what is it? Sirach 12 and around the 10th verse. Never trust thy enemy. You know what I'm saying? Because what did he do? As it says in the same scripture, he speaks smoothly with his lips. You know? And then all of a sudden, what is that? But what he's looking to do? He's looking to do what? Slay you with the sword. So this man says peace, you know, by telling you something smooth, you know what I'm saying? Speaking these smooth words towards you. And then what did he look for? That's like we just read in God of the policies in Daniel. This man bring out policies and then speak smooth about it and make it seem like it's for your best interest. And the whole time he's looking to basically eventually destroy you.
Yeah, these devils move like that forked tongue, like it talks about in Psalms, man. You know, speaking smoothly, but inwardly it's war in his heart, man. You know?
This is in the same chapter, First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse. I'll start at verse 29. It says, and after 2 years fully expired, the king Antiochus sent his chief collector of tribute unto the cities of Judea, who came unto Jerusalem with a great multitude. That's the point, because the brother said it. And speaking peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit. Mm-hmm. You see, their forked tongue, man. Yes, everything's gonna be good. But he gotta. Hey, if Esau come being nice, trying to offer you things, oh yeah, here you go. This nigga got an ulterior motive, man. Right. Because he's only doing the scriptures say, hey, if you do good, he ain't gonna do it willingly, man. Right. You know. So Esau, if he comes with this, just like with this reparation madness, man. Oh man, there's no reparations. This nigga's not doing it because he care about you. That nigga, that's a part of it. He has an ulterior motive. I'm gonna push more money into the fucking economy and crash this bitch. Yep. And everybody's gonna blame your black ass.
That's right. Well, they took the money.
Exactly.
Didn't he do that with when they gave you the money after the pandemic? He gave all you got the money back, and then you try to go get your income tax. Yeah, well, we need that back. Yeah.
I need to go get it back this year when they file.
Yep. Yeah.
I got a quick one. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 9. It says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and he was cast out with him. You know, just going to what y'all talking about. You know, that deceiveth the whole world. You know, just like the scriptures say, man, he spoke great things. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, those things is, you know, going into pretty much him deceiving everybody. He could say something smooth as hell, man. He'll tell you, like, okay, like the brother's talking about the stimulus check. Okay, you know what? We're gonna go ahead. You know, we got the C19, right? You know, it's affecting the economy. We're gonna push these little stimmies, and it's gonna get the economy going. You know what I mean? Just to help out, because there's a lot of people out of work, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that's what
No, just back to your point. All right, this Psalm 55 in verse 21, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter,
Just about to
but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
yeah, that can go back into the times of Gad, times of Issachar, you know, the Aztecs and all that, and even to today. You know what I'm saying? They might tell you like, okay, you know what? Take this Vanessa. It's gonna help you, right?
The Tuskegee experiments. Yeah. That was part of it. Here you go. Man, that nigga gave our people syphilis, man. You know? And this is a true fact, man. You know? This is true fact, but our people still trust this nigga, man. He used you, and he's still doing it, using our people as lab rats, man. You know? Just look at what BG do. He go to these third world countries. You don't know what the fuck really going on over there. That nigga just experimenting, using human lab rats, man. You know?
That word is how smoother than butter. You know what I'm saying? This devil speaks smooth. You can tell he's a damn serpent. Even like we said with BG, he was up there and on stage, and what did he say? Hey, with these jabs, you know, the VAXs, with these jabs, you know, we can help save lives, help control population. So basically, he's trying to say to help save lives, you got to control how many babies are being produced. If you put that and think about it, then he's trying to say with these jabs, we can make you sterile. But yet you just hear about, he gonna help with our survival. No, he helping with their survival.
They put these guys in, you know, on the forefront. You know, when it comes to the health, vaccine, you know, these, you know, the WHO, you know what I'm saying, Fauci, you know what I'm saying, but, you know, they had this little cartoon of Fauci, and behind him, you know, he said, you know, first, you know, it was Fauci, he said, I'm a doctor, I can help you, something to that effect. But behind him, man, all the atrocities that he had committed, killing, you know, people dying. Shit, they put Bill Gates. That's one of the main founders, or one of the founders of these, you know, Vanessas.
Right.
And they call him a philanthropist. But you know, when you go into that, it talks about somebody that's looking into helping the world, you know, like people, the world. You know what I'm saying? You know, pretty much of that nature. But in reality, all they seek is death.
Yeah. How this nigga go get into some shit like this? BG, this nigga was a fucking computer geek. Man, how you go from real computers to football, man? Yeah, shit's a goddamn joke.
Yeah. Right. You made Xbox, nigga. Shut up.
Right.
That shit went over all these people's heads. Didn't nobody think about that because Esau worked in witchcraft, man. Everybody linked technology to healthcare immediately and automatically, like that shit go together. Right. That's Esau's witchcraft, man.
That's right.
Put two and two together. Like BG, he trying to say he gonna help save lives here in Babylon the Great, aka America. Just think, he's been over there in the continent of Africa for years, and it had been number more and more death.
Down in them, Hillary Clinton, his husband, down in Haiti and shit,
Running all type of tests.
And our people sit there and let them do this shit. Just like the Tuskegee experience was brought out. You're quick to run it and do that stuff because Esau give you health care, give you benefits, give you some checks, you know. But in the latter end, man, your ass will end up dead.
Like the old nigga one. I'm just gonna stick out my arm. I don't care what's in it. Hey, somebody better go check on her. She might not be on the living. She might be in the spirit world right now.
She's been in the spirit world about 3 years. This Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. It says, yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. And that wine is the philosophy that you put out all over the planet Earth. You know, Christianity, universalism, okay, do as thou wilt, all that type of stuff. What they Alistair Crowley's ideologies. He put that all throughout society, man. That's Esau's wine. It says, he's a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death. And we're looking at death all over the planet Earth, man, especially in America. This place is known as the Valley of the Shadow of Death, you know?
That's right, man. He is as death. So everything that he brings forth, you know, it's vile. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like you really put fish DNA in a strawberry just so it can last a little longer before winter hits. Bro, this is the type of things that he's doing. You know, hey, he put be putting on, you know, he be changing, you know, the manner of the fruits. He be taking out the seeds, putting the, you know, the damn GMOs. You know what I'm saying? Now you got grapes without seeds. You got oranges without seeds. You know, limes. You know what I'm saying? You got all these different genetically modified organisms that shouldn't be there. You are, like the elder goes into, man. You're trying to make life synthetic. And you're trying to become a synthetic God. That's why we go into that in Isaiah the 14th chapter. I will be like the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to be a synthetic Most High. That's why it says, you know, it talks about the pride of thine heart. That's how proud you are.
Yeah. It says, who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied.
Man, that goes into Proverbs 4 chapter, man. Where it talks about that he had sleep is not taken away lest he had done mischief. You know what I'm saying? He just needs to be out there, man, doing something. You know, he has to be either killing somebody or taking over somebody, getting over somebody, you know, destroying something. That's the spirit and the manner of Edomite.
Hey, when Alexander the Great, he conquered the whole little minor Asian area over there after about them 12 years. This nigga weak because there wasn't nobody else to kill. This nigga was crying, man.
Like a little kid.
Like a little kid because there wasn't nobody else to kill, bro.
I can't kill nobody. That's funny, yeah, I know, right?
Who I posted that showing them these guys was torturing roaches.
Oh, yeah, I was so cracking, man.
You know that was
Oh, they put him in the death traps and all that.
Yeah, bro.
Sad, man.
What is that? Revelation 6. That what is it? The red horse.
Yeah.
Everywhere he go, death and hell follow.
That's an animal, bro.
Yeah.
He's destroying everything, bro.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's what I'm always talking about. A roach can't be a roach. And this is Lord can't even be a roach.
It's all experimenting on this.
Habakkuk 2 and 5, it says, and is as death and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. And that's his end goal, man, to MOTB everybody, man, on the planet Earth and have that one world government. You know? Got some milk?
Should we get that in Job 20th chapter? You know, we got some.
Second Ezra 8 verse 50. It says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have
a lot of time, man. This is a lot of time, bro. You know, we're in the latter end, man. Okay, the end time, bro. You know,
because they have walked in great pride.
hey, that's what America teaches you to be proud. You know, to walk around with your head held. You know, that's right. They even got a month called Pride.
Yep.
It's all dedicated to some goddamn sickos, man. You know, proud to be an American. The few are proud, the Marines. Everything is proud about this goddamn man. You know, but the Lord, the scripture say pride goes before destruction, though. You see, you know, almost proud. It's called Esau almost proud, man.
Yep.
You know, I think it was in Jeremiah. I think it's in Jeremiah. You know, I am against thee, almost proud. Who's the most proudest person? Nobody but Esau. He's boasting himself to be the Lord, man. He's boasting himself to be God, you know?
This is 2nd Ezra 7. I read verse 20 to 43, I started verse 42. It said, "For he answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory doeth abide. Therefore have they pride for the weak." All right, and this is Ezra talking to the angel. And verse 43 it says, "But the day of doom shall be the end of this time,
Yep.
and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past, and intemperance is at the end, infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up." Hey, and like I say, hey, this is the time, like I say, the day of doom is going to basically cut off this time. And what time are we in? We're in the time of Esau's rulership. So the Lord, like I said, we were mentioning earlier, going to Daniel 2, how it shows about the four kingdoms, and then a statue, then the fifth kingdom had partly iron, partly marred clay. What happened? It got broke down, it got broken apart. You know, it got destroyed. Then what's the kingdom after that? That's going into that day of doom, and then everything, that infidelity and all is going to be cut off, and righteousness is going to spring up. All right, that's going into like Yahweh Shai. We went into earlier Isaiah 9. All right.
That's crazy. I got it right here.
Okay.
Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. It says, "But every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood."
Hey, and we see that like when we look at those ancient times, these ancient movies where you have them going to war with the swords and shields. It's a lot of confused noise. Just you don't know what's going on. It's just loud, and you see just
Swords clashing. Yeah.
swords clashing. Yeah,
Screaming.
screaming.
Getting stabbed and shit.
It's thick smoke everywhere.
Yep.
It's leaking up. Yeah.
Really confused noise. You don't know what's being said. You just hear all that. So that's what that's going into. That's war.
It says, "But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire."
Right, those thermonuclear missiles. All right, that's going to be the destruction this time. You're not going to have all that clashing and all that with swords and shields. Now it's going to be what? With missiles. All right, those arrows that can be shot from one end to the earth to the other end. And it's going to bring what? Fuel of fire. It's going to have all these different, I think, well, you were brother mentioning earlier on Tuesday, how we got so many of these pipe, these gas lines and everything run through all of the streets of these gas stations. So you got to think, when these missiles hit, you're going to have all this stuff blowing up. All right? It's going to shake the earth to and fro like a drunkard. You're going to have all these faults and volcanoes that start to erupt. It's going to be pour out fire, brimstone, and fury.
That's why when John was looking down, it seemed like a fire, man.
Yep.
You know, this place is totally a gold, man. You know, that's what's gonna take place, man.
Right.
And like I said, this war is gonna be the flames and fuels of fire, man. Technology, man. The scriptures say that about how knowledge shall increase. Now Esau don't have to use the actual sword and shield anymore. Right. That hasn't changed. It didn't change until his weaponry, guns, different missiles, jets, all these things like that, man. Now these are the new weapons of war in these times, man.
I got one for you. With Job 20 and 24, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow still shall strike him through.
Man,
Listen, it is drawn and coming out of the body, yea, the glittering sword coming out of his gall, terrorists are upon him.
man, that's those missile silos, man. The big ass doors open, man. Terrors, man. Y'all already know what time it is when they got keys to turn that motherfucker. That's that last blow, man.
I gotta go get some.
Didn't Pooh just mention that basically if they had lost the war in Ukraine, did he say what? It's gonna be a nuclear war? So you think hey, if we lose or you intervene, America, you
Everybody.
everybody.
And protect it. America already is into the war.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? If you got an enemy and shit, and I give you some guns,
Right.
but I'm gonna show you how to use the goddamn guns. Come on, man. I'm having a war with your enemy, bro.
You against me, ain't
So that's what they do. That's what they come on, man. These niggas ain't slick.
Yeah.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend, or the friend of my friend is my enemy.
enemy of my enemy.
Yeah,
Right.
Hey, this is Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I've created a waster to destroy. So the Lord created Esau even to have the capability to be able to make these thermonuclear missiles, man. Okay? To make a missile to be able to go from Australia or North Korea and come all the way over here to America, man. Or from America all the way over there to Russia, or vice versa, man. The Lord created these people to be able to have that talent. You know?
Man, Robert Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Yep. That nigga was a Smith.
Yeah.
You know, the Lord used, man. To split that atom, man, and make that atomic bomb, bro. Now it didn't involve, he didn't craft it more, man. Now you got what we know today as an intercontinental ballistic missile, man. The ICBM missile, a missile that can actually be shot from one end of the earth onto the other, man, and strike and actually destroy a large portion of the land, man. You know? Yeah, Joel too. Yep, Joel too. Yeah. Go ahead, that, bro. But when the Lord, because the Spirit of the Lord is gonna be up on that missile, man. You know.
This is Joel chapter 2. I'm gonna start at verse. We'll start at verse 4.
I say jump up a little bit.
Okay. This is Joel chapter 2, verse 4. It says, "The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses."
Jump up a little bit.
Okay. We'll start at 2. Okay. Joel chapter 2. Okay, yeah. We ain't got no time. Joel chapter 2 and verse 1. "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain."
And that's what we're doing right here. You know, we're blowing the trumpet in Zion, man. Because Zion is Israel, man. Okay, the so-called Negro Latinos and Native Americans, man. Okay, we got the camp right here, the camp right here, the main camp and the elder. Okay, all through on YouTube right now, you got different brothers from different cities in the United States live right now. Brothers in different countries, you know, Mexico, Australia, over there in Europe, man. These different live right now, bro. Blowing the trumpet, you know. The trumpet is being blown right now, man. You know,
Taking shifts on it.
man, right? But hey, that's how you know who the true man of the Lord or the Lord. Like, the Lord said, hey, the scripture say, give them no rest till you establish Israel in the earth, man. You know?
Right.
So the true man of hey, Great Millstone, the only camp, man. Well, all brothers of the camp got their own page. All these brothers up here got their own page and blessings, man. Constantly putting up, not giving the Lord no rest, man. You see?
Right. Joel chapter 2, verse 1. "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain."
Man, we wanted, we sounding the alarm, man. Look, hey, the Lord, destruction is coming. You know, this about to happen. Famine, hey, it's not about to be good. 2023 ain't gonna be good for you, man. You know, we're 20 days in, and look what's happening, man. Man, the Lord is going hard, bro.
Prophecy is showing themselves, man.
And it's manifest.
Yeah.
It says, "Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand."
Man, the day of the Lord, hey, the brother always pulls in Amos 5 out, speaking about the day of the Lord, man. As if a man did flee from a lion in a bear meadow. He got away from the bear and went into a house and leaned his hand on the wall and the serpent bit him. Representing it's gonna be calamity after calamity, man. There ain't gonna be no escaping. That man, that man that was running from them animals, you know, he couldn't escape. He couldn't escape death. He couldn't escape that judgment, man. And you people are not gonna be able to escape this judgment that the Lord is getting ready to bring, man. You better come back now while the doors of grace are still open, man. The mercy doors are still open, man. Soon the Lord is gonna close the doors of the ark like he did with Noah, man.
That's right.
And then it's gonna be Proverbs 1:21 on down on your ass, man. You gonna laugh at your calamity when your destruction comes as a whirlwind, man. You see?
Joel chapter 2, verse 2. "A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains."
Man, you see? There ain't gonna be nothing. It ain't gonna be nothing nice, man. You see? Keep on, brother.
It says, "A great people and a strong, there hath not been ever the like."
Man, it's like in the midst of a people, man. Okay? Because when they've been shot off, it's gonna be hundreds of thousands of missiles. They're gonna look like an army. That's why it's about to go into detailing it like that, man. That's why it's describing it like that, you know. But you gotta be, man, the Lord gotta give you the understanding to understand that and be able to break that down, man. You know, a lot of dudes be scoffing at the missiles, man. You know,
it says, "There hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after."
Hey, because it was never nothing like this nuclear missile that we got. You can read throughout the scriptures and look throughout history. There was nothing ever created like this weapon here, man. You see? Read that one more time, bro.
Joel chapter 2, verse 2, it says, a great people and a strong, there have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it.
Now, because this ain't, once they get used, it ain't gonna be no more, man. Because the nation of the kingdom of heaven is gonna be established here on the planet Earth, and we're gonna be put back in our rightful place under Yahweh Shemel Shah, all right? And hey, ain't gonna be no more need for war, man. You know, you ain't gonna beat their weapons unto plowshares, man. You see, the Lord is ain't gonna, everything is gonna be good, man. That's why. No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that now, Christians, do you understand? This is like going into, you mentioned about Amos 5. It's going into like the day of the Lord. What's it in Amos? What it say? And shall the day of the Lord be darkness and not light? That's going to number darkness, gloominess, and everything. All right. That's why you don't want this world to sit in. You want to keep going, but we want to see this in. All right, because we know after the day of the Lord, what's going to happen? We're going to have what? Have a righteous kingdom that's going to be established.
He said, man, it's already waiting for us. Yep. He said, man, they just wait. See, Jake's scared, man, as they should be. Jake want to have heaven here on earth in the resource kingdom. You know? Oh, man.
You can't have heaven and hell, man.
And they think the Lord is all love. He can't do nothing like that. Read it to you, bro.
Yeah.
The same book you got. I'm gonna get the NIV, the TLC. I don't give them what you get. They'll say the same thing.
It shows you that the Lord blind them when you read. They can look at the words in the book and still like, nah. Wow. You know, that's right. Yeah.
This Revelation 13 and 13 link up with Joel chapter 2, verse 2, and Isaiah 54:16. It says, Revelation 13 and 13, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down. It says, Revelation 13 and 13, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. That's that sniff that bloweth in the bowl that the Lord created. And then that's Joel chapter 2, how it said, it's never been the like of it, neither shall it ever be after it. Right. But the Lord put the spirit on Esau to make that great wonder that came down from heaven, man. It's the nuclear missile.
I'll show you this.
That scripture too also goes into what Esau's doing today, man. You know, it's just think about things like the Kosovo War, the Vietnam War. And he's been ready to fire out this country, man. You know, that goes into the thermal, the missiles. But hey, you can see the wonders that Esau's been doing throughout the history of America.
Joel chapter 2 and verse 2, at the end it says, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations.
Yeah, this weapon is going to be that blessing that the Lord gave you. He's going to destroy you. You're going to use it to destroy your ass, man. You know? That blessing was a curse unto you. You know?
Verse 3, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burning.
Yeah, fire devours before them, going into that head of the missile, man. Where those warheads at, man. Okay? In the front, they said a flame burning behind them. Yep, going into that rocket propulsion, man. Okay, and you gotta understand that when he was saying this, bro, he's describing it to what they what he could compare it to back then at that time. Yeah. You know, what?
Prophesied part. It says, and behind them a flame burning. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them.
Yeah, before it hit, it's as what you're seeing right now. Right. Everything is just going on normally.
Yep. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind
down the street holding
just like Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You know, so before that bomb hit, everything was going to school.
Regular day.
It was as the Garden of Eden. You know, Earth was keep on grass and trees and everything was there.
Yep. It says, and behind them a desolate wilderness.
Yeah, but now they hit
boom. The path of motherfucker.
Yeah,
like
charcoal, man. The dust and smell of smoke.
Barbecue grill was done cooking.
Bro.
I was going to just say, if you go to the documentaries on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and that's scary, bro. And that's scary. And you go to them documentaries, bro, they got images of how the people's shadows was when the bomb hit. It sprinkled a fucking shadow on the wall, and they literally on the wall just like a damn dead body, bro. Like how they trace a dead body on the ground. They shadow is on the wall like that, bro.
Oh, that's this. Spirits of the they can turn into a damn water. It's not the first one, Esau has now, man. You know?
So, I was going to say, they show this little demographics on YouTube where they show like the Hiroshima Nagasaki, how that bomb, how big it is. They show up to today how bigger these nuclear bombs could cause that. And these bombs, like I said, that food go up bigger than a mountain, you know? So just imagine, you know, you see the whole mountain that's going up and exploding and coming to it.
How Esau had it, you know, he was testing those nuclear bombs, man. They had soldiers out there, man. They were describing, man. Them niggas was crying, grown ass men crying. Like, what the hell? We was like, what the fuck?
Bones got
That's how terrified we was, bro. Bones was broken, you know?
Nahum 1:5 says the mountains quake at him, and the hills melt, and the earth is burned in his presence, yea, the world, all that dwell therein. Who can stand before his indignation, and who can abide in the fierceness of his anger?
Wow.
His fury is poured out like fire, and the rocks are thrown down by him. So that's exactly what's going to happen when the missile hit the earth. The earth's going to shake, and the wells going into that. You got all these pipelines, all these, when it comes to the houses, you got all these gas lines, oil, yeah, that's one too. Yeah, all these things, man. You got all the damn insulation that's left. All these things are going to be a recipe for this place to burn. So damn missile hit, you know, imagine a missile, you know, the like the scriptures say, man, the strength is in its mouth, you know what I'm saying, that warhead, the tip of that missile, you know what I'm saying, but you just imagine how big that thing is, and when it hits the ground, it's gonna cause the earth to shake, especially if there's hundreds of thousands of them, you know what I mean, especially here in America.
That's why Esau had to meet up in Davos, man, because they know his time is short. Now the period is still upon it, like somewhat Revelation 11 and 8. Esau, he ain't ready for this, man. So that's why he moving fast. He'll come down and have a great wrath because he know he had but a short time. Right. So now, us standing upon our feet through the spirit of Yahweh by Shema Shah, this man don't like the sound of this. This is a dreadful sound to him that Job 15:21. A dreadful sound and it's in his ear. That's the men of the Lord out there. That's why they want to. They got some shit now that said now in the U.S. It's over in Europe, over here in Washington. I guess throughout the United States, that's what comes hate speech now. Now they're cracking down upon that. That goes into Ezekiel 3:26, where it that put bans upon you when you can't speak. So this man is moving quick because you know hearing this sound is dreadful to him. Man, he like, damn, these niggas woke up. Fuck, he got to go ahead and push this button, man. Shit. So say the dreadful sound is in his ear, meaning the words of Yahweh by Shema Shah, and prosperity, the destroyer, shall come upon him. The bristles by the way of Yahweh Shah, man. See, one more. Job 18:11. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. Job 27:20. Terrors take hold of him as waters, a tempest stealeth him away in the night. You see, so the oh man.
Hey, read the last one.
Job 27:20. Job 27:20. Terrors take hold of him as waters, a tempest stealeth him away in the night.
Hey, Esau gonna get caught in the deep of the night. Like you say, he think he's about to fill his belly, you know. But then, like you say, this dreadful sound going to his ear. We out here on the highways and byways, constantly preaching on like you say, on the internet, on YouTube. So what is he trying to do? He's trying to cut us off. But as he's trying to cut us off, and we basically putting these praises to the Lord, this sweet Savior, the Lord is hearing our cry. You know, he's setting up basically Esau a stumbling block on every corner.
I got something for you. Well, this, you know, just keep going on Nahum. But still got running. Just finish this off. Back in Nahum 1:7, it says, "The Lord is good, a strong hold in the day of trouble, and He knoweth them that trust in Him." So, you know, the men of the Lord, that are out there doing His work, and He knows them.
Right.
We trust in Him, and the Lord trusts in us. It says, well, with an overrunning flood, He will make an utter end of the place thereof, and darkness shall pursue His enemies. Who's His enemy, man? Pretty much the whole world. The whole world is against the Most High, man. The only ones that are for the Most High is the elect. You know, those men that are going to be out there keeping His word to the best of their ability, pushing out, you know, that judgment. We're telling the people, hey, the Lord's coming with this. Hey, if you don't get right, the Most High is going to do this. Hey, look at this, guy. This is the man of perdition. You know, we pointing out, we showing them. But, you know what I'm saying? Like the scriptures say, man, these people don't want to hear, man. They made their ears fat. You know what I'm saying? Like it says in Isaiah, the 6th chapter, man. You know, hey, you know, Most High ain't want to hear it. How long until they're going to be like that, Lord? Or until everything can be destroyed?
Yeah. Dr. Keep reading Job 27 real quick.
What verse you on?
20.
Yeah, come on.
Job 27:20. Terrors take hold of him as waters, a tempest stilleth the way in the night. The east wind carried him away, and
No, keep on.
the east wind carried him away, and he departed. And as a storm hurleth him out of his place.
That storm, that tempest, that east wind is all talking about the thermonuclear missiles. Those Chinese, those Moabites, man, they have a missile called the Dongfeng missile, and it's surnamed the East Wind. It's series typical, abbreviated as DF missiles, are a family of short, medium, intermediate range, and ballistic missiles. There it is, right there.
Try
to get it to focus. It ain't focusing, is it? Damn, bro, it ain't gonna focus. Nah, it ain't focusing good. But hey, look that up. The Dongfeng missile is called the East Wind. The Lord has told, man, He just told you this dude is going to be hurled out of his place by that tempest and that east wind, man.
That's right. Hey, look, for the Most High shall call upon him and not spare, he would fain flee out of his hand.
There it is, the Dongfeng. There it is. Man,
It says, if the world's down on him without mercy, they struggle to flee from his power. That's in the NLT, Job 27:22. It whirls down on him towards the missiles without mercy. They struggle to flee from his power. They're gonna be trying to hide in their bunkers and outer space bunkers and all that. No, you can be able to hide from that, man.
That's right.
Yeah. East wind. Wow. Hey, Lord, he said he gonna raise up a destroying wind on Babylon, man.
Wow.
That's what it's going into the missiles, man. You know?
Still got more bills.
You got
This is back in Nahum 1:9. It says, what do you imagine against the Lord? He will make another end. Affliction shall not arise up the second time. For while they be folded together as thorns, and while they are drunken as drunkards, they shall be devoured as stubble fully dry. You know, so like they, you know, when they having a good time, like the was going into, they chilling. You know what I'm saying? They ain't thinking about like anything bad coming to them. They out here at the club, chilling, drinking. You know what I'm saying? Like the scripture say, you know, marrying and giving unto marriage. While all that's happening, you know, that's when the Most High is going to strike. That's why it talks about the thief in the night. But that's when you least suspect it, man. You at home, you had a couple of drinks. You know what I'm saying? And you feel good and you fall asleep. And you wake up the next morning, you know, and everything's gone.
right.
You yourself might have been killed. That's what the size of the judgment. You know, you see these bullshit right here. These people have no idea about the fear and the terrible things that are happening on the planet Earth. You know, just for them talking loudly right there, the Most High, my judgment. You know, my judgment. A horrible death penalty. You see that? You probably, at this point now they do it on purpose.
This is Jeremiah 50, verse 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Like I said, how the hammer of the earth. Who is the hammer of the earth today? When you have some people try to say, well, they might not be talking about America. America is the hammer of the earth. We had this Edomite just saying, what did he say? The whole he started naming the different type of jets and thing that America had. He was like the whole every nation can come against America, and America is still destroyed. He was like our people, America, they can basically, even after our lifetime, 40 years later, they still be in power. That's that pride. Let's let you know that this is Babylon. That's why Isaiah 47:4 said, "Sit in the dust, O Babylon the Great. There's no throne for you." So this is basically how I say how the hammer of the whole world is going to be cut asunder and be laid desolate. Like what you just brought out in Job 27, it'll be laid desolate by that what is that, east wind, Dong Fang, you know what I'm saying? And all these other missiles that's going to come from these other heathen nations, even their allies. American allies is going to shoot missiles across over here. It's Jeremiah 15:24. It says, "I have laid a snare for thee, and thou hast also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught because thou hast strived against the Lord." Hey, and you look at all the ancient Babylon, when they caught, you know what I'm saying? They was caught off guard, you know what I'm saying? It was conquered. Yep. The modern day Babylon is going to be cut off guard, but it's not going to be only conquered, it's going to be destroyed. All right? So it's going to be wiped out completely.
Going into the hammer of the earth, right? So this is Isaiah 14 and 16. It says, "They that see thee shall narrow look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble and did shake kingdoms?" That's the hammer of the earth, man. Just even a regular hammer, right? When you hit something, it's making everything shake. You know what I'm saying? You hit a nail, it's causing that vibration. You know what I'm saying? That's America. America's got to have their foot in everybody's goddamn door. Right. They're over there messing with other countries that they got no business messing with, man. Look at what happened with Haiti. Look what happened with Iraq. Look what happened with Libya. You know what I'm saying? Like all these, these are just small examples of what America has done throughout the whole history of their existence. But that's why they are known as the hammer of the earth. And they'll tell these people here in America, well, we're doing it for democracy's sake. We're giving them freedom. These people are savages. We need to show them how to be civilized. You know what I'm saying? They did that the same thing with Gad. With Issachar, man. With the Gadites, the Ishkars. The Ishkarites. You know what I'm saying? All the other nations, man. They say, well, okay, well, you know what? These people are uncivilized. We can show them how to clean themselves, how to, do this, how to cook, right? For, make sure they, give them medicine. Not knowing that we was the one that taught you. You know what I'm saying? So, just to say, that's why they the hammer of the whole earth, man. They push this, like the brother went into in Revelation, man. They push that wine. They force these people to drink their wine. Philosophies, their ideologies, their theology, their religion. You know what I'm saying? All these things, man. That's why they're the hammer of the whole earth.
I say that's what they did with Iraq. They use their media, their propaganda, to push their philosophy, what they want you to believe. To basically let you say, okay, we're justifying why we got to go save these people from Iraq. You know what I'm saying? They very well have weapons of mass destruction. They got it, and we got to go and stop them because they're going to destroy their people. Then when you go over there, they go and bomb these people to hell. You know what I'm saying? They show Saddam getting hung on national TV. And then, they said, oh, they don't got weapons of mass destruction. Oh well. That's what the only thing you heard. Oh, well, okay. Well, we say the people. Iraq ain't been the same since.
Right.
Yeah, everybody forgot about George Bush's atrocities, man.
Right.
Things that he did during his presidency. Shit, they made hey, 9/11. You know what I mean? Katrina. During that whole his whole reign, man. They even said that in how many Saturday Night Live. They made fun of him for those things. Hey, what they say? They said, sir. Oh yeah, they were making fun of him. They said, Mr. President, what are you gonna do about Katrina? And it wasn't George Bush. It was like somebody. He said, we're gonna find her. You know what I'm saying? Like, but hey, but that's the way that he was, man. He was a very silly, like dumb, human being. Like he didn't know everything was a joke to him. If you see him talk, he was. That's the way he was. He didn't take nothing serious. So he didn't. He's an Edomite. He don't care about nothing.
It's the spirit because earlier I was watching a video by Elder Malcolm, and out of nowhere, I don't know, say in the video, it went to another video, but it's just the spirit that the brothers mentioning what they mentioned, how America is such liars going into Bush, because it was this guy going in on Bush, you know what I'm saying? Bush, and how, and he called him out, bro. He was in I don't know if they were in some type of meeting or whatever, but I watched a little bit of it, and he was going in on President Bush, and at the time, and he was going in how he sent him to war. You sent me to war, and y'all are liars, man. Tell him how you lied. So whatever he saw, or whatever, some things were exposed, man, and America is totally being exposed in these times, man.
Right? Because you come out, man, these different soldiers, they tell you, they're killing kids, and they killing people in their homes, bro. Just going and busting in and raping dude's wife, killing the dude. And all them motherfucking Edomites over there down with this shit, bro. Like, all you gotta do is look it up, bro. You got some Edomites, bro, that's like the brother said, are talking out, man, all the atrocities and stuff that's what's really going on over there, man. Right, It was all based on the fucking lie, man. Yep.
It's like, if I could also just back that up, even it goes all the way back to his father, Bush Senior.
Right.
Because he was the one that really, he was in the CIA. Right. He was really one that really started pushing the drug smuggling. He was involved in that heavy. The smuggling drugs from across the border. He had a huge part of playing it. So that's that's why he's really nowadays he's out even back in the cut. And you don't really hear about him no more. Even
he did.
He did. But he was like the head during that time was like the head of the CIA or one of the, he was up there in the CIA.
He was the what's it called, the chief something, pretty much the main one.
Yeah.
He was the head of the CIA at this time.
People don't think about who was he working with. People don't think what is they Bin Laden. He was basically was in cahoots with him at that time. So they did what they do later on. They go out and involve him.
They trained him, Saddam, all of that, man. And then when they go against what they want them to do, they sit in, sit in those, and take them out, man, and then set up puppet, those puppet leaders, right? That's gonna do their bidding, man.
Psalm 73 and 9, it says in the NLT, they boast against the very heavens, and their words spread throughout the earth. And so the people are dismayed and confused, drinking in all their words. Wow. The brother said that about that wine. Basically, Babylon transgressed my mind, man. Unless it's going into, it's not actually talking about actual wine, man. But going into the word, his philosophies, actual words, man. These people drink up everything that this man says, bro. That's why you got over there in the Middle East, bitches twerking, doing fucking OnlyFans. But back then, before the Western influence, they would have got their ass put to death, man. A woman wouldn't be allowed to walk outside without her husband, man. But since we saw wine, man, all the earth is drunken, man. Right. That's why when you read in Revelation, it says the nations were mad, right? Because Esau, they know that this goddamn nigga got a golden cup with some fucking booms for him in it, man.
Right.
You know? Yes. Some fucking
Yes.
cheap ass shit, man. You know? Got it?
Yeah.
Everything they know that everything ain't good ain't gold, man.
Right.
They know this whore ain't no like who she proclaimed to be, man.
Right.
This is Revelation 11 and 18. It says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward to thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. You know what I'm saying? So like the brother said, man, the nations are angry, man. They're mad as hell, you know, because they know now what it is, man, what time it is. It says that thy wrath is come. You know what I'm saying? So it's time for these devils to pay, man. Wrath is about to come upon them, man.
We could be rejoicing.
God,
The elect is going to be rejoicing because this wrath is coming upon their enemies.
right. It says at the time of the dead that they should be judged, man, which these nations, man. You know, what's that? Reminds me of Isaiah, what's that, 14 and what's like around 9? Hell from beneath. So if you want to grab that? Yeah, real quick. You got it?
Isaiah 14 and 9. Hell from beneath is moved with thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirred up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It had raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
There it is. All the chief ones and the kings of the nations, man. You know what I'm saying?
It says right here on the side, it says Hebrew leaders or great goats. You know, so it just shows you that there was like it says in Daniel the 8th chapter, you know, it called that he goat, you know what I mean? So all these leaders and all these kings of the earth, man.
Right.
Most High's gonna put the spirit on them to rise up against Esau.
Right.
They shall beat their plowshares into swords and their pruning hooks. You know, Ezekiel the 38th chapter. Yeah, Ezekiel the 38th chapter. Most High's gonna put the spirit on Gog and Magog. You know, he's gonna put the hooks in their jaws, pretty much to rouse them up, to come up and cause war, man.
Was it more?
Really, yeah.
I think that's the point. You keep going if you want.
I mean, verse 10 it says, and they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us?
Yeah.
So, you know, they're gonna, in their mind, they're gonna be like, damn, like, we can really take this dude. So we can rise up and you know, if we all, you know, we see the flaw, you know, that's why it talks about, you know, Isaiah 47, you know, the big bear the leg. You know what I'm saying? So these people are, you know, these nations are seeing all these things that Esau's been, America, Esau, you know, the dragon, whatever, has been doing throughout the planet Earth. And now they're starting to see, like, you know what, man, maybe, you know, not maybe, man, we can do this. It says,
America used to be the big bad bully on the playground. Everybody is nuclear capable now. So ain't nobody scared no more, man. They're not scared of America anymore. You got North Korea be talking trash all day, every day. You know how he gonna blow this motherfucker up? Excuse my French. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's feel like they're on the same playing field now, man. You know what I'm saying? So as that become weak as we, man, we're all on the same level now. These nations got in the gym, you know, pumping up. Everybody feel big and strong now, man, and they ready to box, man. You know, got something?
This is Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. You know, and the Gentiles, those being the other nations. Okay, the word Gentile, it goes into ethnos, meaning nation. But here in the Old Testament, it's talking about Gentiles being these other nations, man. Okay? It says, prepare war, wake up the mighty men. And these other nations, man, they can be considered mighty because what? They have weaponry and warfare. Okay, they have artillery. Okay, they have an army. They got soldiers, you know. It says, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. It's going to explain that. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. And these nations, they used to be considered weak to Esau and America. because America had, the big bad, Marines, the Navy, the Air Force, that they got their air superiority. But these other nations got that too, and specifically it's talking about that nuclear capability. Now these nations actually have nuclear capability. Like the brother brought out the Dong Fang, they got Russia got that Satan too, and the brother said,
Dagger.
Dagger.
Dagger. He dropped them when he dropped Fat Boy, Little Man and Fat Boy. You know what I'm saying, right? You know what I'm saying? All of them like, damn, this nigga can't be fucked. But now it has switched because the Lord put the spirit on that nigga to sell different shit to these nations, man.
What's his name? The Japanese, what did it say? They were like, we woke up sleeping giants. During the time of Pearl Harbor when we dropped those bombs. Now you ain't hearing that. Now we got the other nations make spoofs off of America, something they wouldn't do years ago. You remember missionary one time when they had the spoofs going, playing like the president and all that. Yeah, now they got spoofs. They're not afraid of America anymore.
Right. You know what a good example of that is? If you read Job, the 18th chapter, it said that he has set snares upon himself. So just imagine during the time of 9/11, all those towers were brought down. Esau did that to himself, and then these other nations are like, damn, somebody, you know what I'm saying? Of course it was Bush at that time. They were like, damn, somebody actually did that to America. You know what I'm saying? So that really brought up the fact that, okay, these America can be touched. Like low key in the back of their mind, but during that time they were like, damn. Now it's out there like, okay, America, damn. Bush, we were just talking about Bush. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jeffrey Epstein's Island, he had that picture of George Bush, with his legs crossed, playing with paper airplanes. So just the symbols, the symbols that they throw out there. But still, like these people, that was really it has been the beginning of the end for America. But it just shows you the things that they did that made them, put them traps on themselves. Because if you keep reading on that in Job the 18th chapter, it says that a terror shall get them on every side. That's going to be the most hard for any of the other nations against it, man. It says in Jeremiah the 50th chapter, an assembly of nations.
America, I say they like a bully. And then now they sleep with Bush, going with Trump. Now we got old Sleepy Joe in there. Now Sleepy Joe is in there. Now they looking at it. It's kind of like a bully that everybody's joking on behind their back. Now as they starting to see, they like, look at these folks. Now they say, they come together like, we need to take the motherfucker down. Hey, go.
This is Joel chapter 3, verse 10. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. This is the point, because he's telling them to come down. It's going to tell you where they're coming down to. Verse 12, let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. And Jehoshaphat, translate that back to the Hebrew, it means Yahweh Shaphat. That's the valley of the Lord's decision, or valley of the Lord's judgment, and that's going to be World War III. It's going to be fought over there in the Middle East, okay, where they're fighting over that oil, natural resources at, okay, right in that Gulf, that epicenter. That's where the valley, that's where the World War III is going to be fought. And it says, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. He's going to judge them by them slaughtering each other, putting each other together.
Going all the way back to his people. That's why I said earlier, like, he's going to plead for my people. He's going to plead going on the judge for my people. Going to the nation of Israel, called Black, Latino, Native American. All right, just like in Isaiah 40, around the 15th verse, he's going to plead for his people. It's in Isaiah 40, he says other nations are nothing. All right, they're nothing to him. But what is it, like a dust on a balance beam? You ain't gonna try to keep no dust. You gonna measure some flour and got all the flour out and you got the little residue. You're gonna blow that up. They're nothing to him. That's why he's the one that the heathen that he don't care about. He's gonna put them in there and set them up what? for a big ass bonfire.
And the brother made a beautiful point. That's why I say heathen, man. Lord don't love everybody. He said these people that's going to put over there in the valley of Jehoshaphat are heathen. You know?
Damn Israelites too, man. You got them niggas join these fucking world military uniforms and shit. Especially here in America, man. Take all up in that bitch. Lord don't fry your ass. You're gonna be what we read about in Revelation 13. Remember the dust is supposed to.
Right. It's like that, I get because sometimes because
Oh, yeah.
Proud of that
He's
crap.
proud of that junk. I'm like, shit, look what they did to you, bro.
No, he threw. Yeah, he threw.
Yeah.
That's why he be drunk like that. He can't look at himself.
He
Like,
can't
you know?
Damn.
It's back in Isaiah 14, it's, verse 10, I'll read it again. It says, and they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and thy noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. That's the grave. Since death, man. So, you know, your pride and everything's going to be brought down in that day. And all these other nations really rise up against this place. You know? It says,
If I can add real quick, and that also that pump, that worm represents this infrastructure, man. You know what I'm saying? It's terrible. That's why everything is collapsing and caving in. You know, you got big sinkholes just opening up in the earth and swallowing things up, man. Bridges collapsing. You know what I'm saying? Buildings just collapsing. Things falling over. All kind of madness, man, because the infrastructure of this place is weak. Yep, it's decaying, bro. It's decaying. That's what it means, decay. Yep.
it says, verse 12, how art fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did speak in the nations?
Lucifer means light bearer, man. That's not talking about some mystical creature under the earth for you Christians, man. You know what I'm saying? It means light bearer, holders of the light, man. When you look out in the bay out there in New York, you see a what they call a Statue of Liberty holding up a light, a torch.
Right.
You know, they know they're the holders of the light. That's why they got that out there, man. It represents Esau, man. You know what I'm saying?
Thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation, the sides of the north.
Going into the Israelites, man. You know what I'm saying? The stars represent the Israelites. What's that? Where it goes into? Is it Revelation? Revelation the 12th? Is it the 12th chapter? Yeah, Revelation the 12th chapter, going into those stars, which goes into a dream that Joseph had in what's that? Genesis, in the book of Genesis, man. What, the 37th chapter, I think? Somebody 39th, 37th or 39th, one of them, somewhere in there, goes into that dream that Joseph had, man, and he dreamed about the 11 stars, because he dreamed about making obeisance, and he dreamed about his 11 brothers. He didn't have it wasn't about himself. You know what I'm saying? So those stars represent the Israelites, man, and how Esau is sitting on top of them, man, over here in the North America, man. You know. Go ahead, Al.
Read that. It's in Revelation chapter 12, verse 1. It says, and there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and above her head a crown of 12 stars.
There it is. Above her head, a crown of 12 stars, man. Those are the stars that's talked about right here that we read in Isaiah, man. You know?
That's right. You know, the woman represents Israel, the nation of Israel.
Right.
The son of the moon representing that wisdom
Wisdom, knowledge.
wisdom
Yep.
and knowledge.
Yep.
Yeah, the 12 tribes representing the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right.
So you see that, you know, you as a Christian, you'd be like, well, the book of Revelation is a very controversial book. Oh, I don't think it's still sealed. So when are we going to get the truth, man?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
When are the books going to be unsealed?
Yeah, right.
And woman represents the nation of Israel, and then you might have something to say, well, how you saying that? Why? Well, then you got to break it down going into what is that, Jeremiah 6, around the second and third verse. Lord basically represents that woman who represents like Israel is likened to a woman, you know. So, you know, when you go and break it down, like you said, that wisdom, knowledge, understanding, going into the sun and the moon. So that's how you break that down. You know, so like I say, you go to the Christian church and I did, and like you said, well, you know, nobody understands or can crack that code. So let's just move on. Give me John.
Breakdown is in the scriptures itself. You know?
Right.
Like the brother said in Genesis. Right. And then you can go to the woman. You can go back to in Exodus, where it talks about the woman with the things on her back. You know what I'm saying? Representing the Israel fleeing. It said that the Most High would put wings on her back. You know, but anyways, you know, it just shows you that there's different scriptures you can go to prove what that's talking about.
Also, Jeremiah 6:2. The Lord likens Israel as a calm and delicate woman, man. You know what I'm saying? It says it right there, plain and clear.
Zechariah the 5th chapter. Yep. You know, that woman that was on that balance scale, also going into the judgment of Israel. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of scripture, bro. Like there's too much to where you're like, damn, Most High really did put, over these people's eyes, man.
Right.
But anyways,
and also within the book of Revelations, it explains how the seals were loose. Can I get this real quick? This is Revelation chapter, start at verse 1, Revelations 5:1, and the point is in verse 5. It says, and I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within, and on the backside sealed with 7 seals. So the book was sealed at one point. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming, because when you read in the book of Daniel, you about to grab that? The Daniel? Grab it real quick.
Hey, 12.
How did you order it? Like, what time was it? My armpit.
It says, this is Daniel 12, verse 4. It says, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the word and seal up the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
So the Lord told Daniel to seal up the book until the time of the end, man. So, and we know the beginning of the end was during the time of Yahushua, man. So this is back in Revelations chapter 5 and verse 1. And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within, and on the backside sealed with 7 seals, because he had told Daniel to seal up the book until the time of the end. Verse 2, and I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof. And no man in heaven nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. And I wept much, because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon. And one of the elders saith unto me, weep not. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof. So Yahushua loosed the seals. So when those preachers in these churches be saying this, Revelation is sealed. No, it's not, man. And it tells you within Revelation that it's not sealed, man. We're reading it right now, man. It's sealed unto them. If somebody can grab real quick, Isaiah 29, and is it 29 or 28? I think it's 29. And verse, start around verse 10. Go ahead.
Like you said, it's sealed. He gave that understanding to his men. You see, this is John 15 and 15. I no longer call you all right, this is John 15 and verse 15, in the NLT. It says, henceforth I call you not servants, for the servants know not what his Lord doeth. But I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my fathers, I have made known unto you. You see? So the true man of the Lord, the true sheep of Yahushua, man, will be given that understanding, man, to break these scriptures down, man. You see?
Right.
Yeah, cool.
This is Isaiah chapter 28 and verse 9. It says, whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. For precept must be upon precept. Oh, 29, sorry. 10. This is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 10.
That's a good one too, though.
Yeah,
The Lord revealed the secret to the prophet.
That's right.
Isaiah chapter 29, verse 10, it says, For the Lord has poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep,
That deep sleep. Go ahead.
and has closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, have you covered.
So for a period of time, hey, the Lord had all of us sleep, man. You know, wasn't no prophets, wasn't no seers. We didn't have anything. The Lord took it away from us, pursuant to Jeremiah 17:4, man. We were gonna lose everything, our heritage, our land, our identity, everything, man. You know, cause we went off, man, idol worship. You know, go ahead.
Verse 11, and the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which man delivered to one that is learned, saying, Read this, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot, for it is sealed. And the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, Read this, I pray thee. And he says, I am not learned. Wherefore the Lord said, For as much as this people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men.
Yeah. So right there, we just read that the book was sealed. So it's sealed to them, the unlearned, man. Those preachers and pastors in these churches, they're the unlearned, man. The Lord ain't dealing with them. So the book is sealed to them, man. They still in that deep sleep that all of us were in at one point. But the Lord had a chosen remnant that was chosen before the foundation of the world, that he was going to raise up and open up their eyes and give them the knowledge and wisdom and understanding, man. You know what I'm saying? So they've been brought out of that sleep, man. You know what I'm saying? But these preachers and pastors, they're still in that sleep. And it says, read that last verse again.
Yeah. Isaiah 29:13 says, Wherefore the Lord said, For as much as his people draw near me with their mouth.
Because what do? Them same people. I love the Lord. I love Jesus. You know, don't even know the name. Go ahead.
And with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me.
Because they're not thinking about the Lord, not truly thinking about the Lord. The Lord is not truly in their minds. If he was, they know you ain't supposed to eat pork. You're not supposed to celebrate these holidays, birthdays, Christmas, all this crap that they do, man, on a daily basis. You know, go ahead.
Yep. And their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men.
Heaven, hell, heaven, you're gonna go float around for eternity in the clouds, and if you hell, you're gonna burn for eternity in the earth, man, in the middle of the earth, man. That's the precepts that they've learned in Christianity, man. Through this, from those same preachers and pastors that's unlearned, that's been put to sleep, man. It's still in that deep sleep. Yep.
You go to Ephesians chapter 2, it talks about that in times past, whereas Gentiles and aliens from the Commonwealth of Israel. And part of that was that knowledge and understanding, you know, who we were, you know what I'm saying, and all that. But when Yahushua came up and shed the blood for the nation of Israel, you know what I'm saying, that's when the understanding came. You know?
Right. That's it on that. No.
This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 20, because this is what's actually happening right now. You know, that happened for a time, and now you still have our people, you know, honoring the Lord with their lips, with their heart far from us, but you also got teachers that the Lord woke up. It's Isaiah chapter 30, verse 20, and it says, and though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, you know, this captivity, okay, the hell that we catch on a daily basis, okay, it says, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. So you're going to know that the Spirit of the Lord and the wisdom, knowledge, understanding is coming out, and it's evident through the men of the Lord. You know, the Lord revealing his secrets to his servants, the prophets. And where are they set up? They're set out on the highways and byways to cheap the coffee. Not in all the houses like that we just going into. You know? Priests just going into like. But it says, and thine ears shall hear a word behind thee saying, this is the way, walk ye in it. And we're saying that, okay? This is the way, the old path, like Jeremiah chapter 6 goes into, you know, the old path that our fathers once walked, and that's the way we're supposed to go into, man, following the ways of the Lord, you know. It says, this is the way, walk ye in it. We turn to the right hand and we turn to the left, you know. Right.
James 5, verse 10, it says, take my brother and the prophets who have spoken in the name of the Lord for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. All right, behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job and have seen the end of the Lord. That the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. Hey, and that reminds me of Jeremiah 28. You know, they say the prophets are old. You know, prophets are before me about the basically roughly paraphrasing the downfall of the kingdoms and all these things, and we coming after their stead. You know, falling back in our lot, prophesying about the downfall of this major kingdom and these other heathen nations. All right, we're prophesying about the kingdom of heaven. All right, ain't that what Yahushua prophesied about when he was on here, when he was on the scene in the flesh? What did he talk about? He talked about the kingdom of heaven. All right, that's what he prophesied about. All right, and we're coming in the stead of that. You know, but to get to that, we're letting you know what's to come. And what are we saying to come? You know what I'm saying? Hey, destruction of Babylon the Great. All right. The downfall of Esau, Edom, even the 2/3 of the nation of Israel. We're telling our people to repent. If not, you're going to receive the same wrath.
Yeah, Yahushua was hypocrite in the Old Testament. You read it, even in the New Testament, it says that he upbraided many cities.
Yep.
You go into that word upbraided, it means to violently criticize. So, yeah, which means he was cursing them out. You know, just look at Proverbs, the first chapter. We always go into that, right? You know, wisdom pride without, the chief place of concourse. You know what I'm saying? In that time, the calamity, the Most High is going to laugh in their face, right?
Right.
Isaiah 58, cry aloud, or raise up the voice as a trumpet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so Yahushua was doing the same thing, man.
Yep.
It wasn't like he just came up and he, you know, of course, you know, it was from wartime, but he just following like the brothers going into, man. He's just following the same thing that has been done throughout the ages, even what we do, man.
Right.
He upbraiding this city, man. Telling them, man, you know, we criticizing them in a very violent manner, like the definition says. You got something?
This is that back on you. I was looking for it. I think it was in John 17, when the Lord said, love not the world. All right. You got love for the world, then love for the Father's not in you. You know? So if Yahushua didn't love the world, how you think he came about talking about it? Do you think he was talking all smooth and kind of, hey, the world is do this? No, he was basically condemning the world. All right? That's what he wasn't condoning it, he was condemning it. That's the same thing we out here doing. Now, when you have a Christian out here, they'll say, you know, what to say, God bless America. You know what I'm saying? Because we live in it. I think that's what that Jake was out here earlier with doing the afternoon camp. You know, he was basically saying, well, if it be bombs, you in it, brother. You know, but what did he say? Hey, we have that faith. You know what I'm saying? The Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you know, as the scripture says, that when the bombs and when the missiles hit, we're going to be delivered out of this place. All right?
Yeah, that's right. Shit, but Yahushua said it. You know, he said, I came not to bring peace but a sword. You know, if he wanted to reveal everything to everybody, he would have done tell them plainly, man.
Right.
That's why his disciples asked him, like, back in the 13th chapter, like, Lord, why do you speak to them in parables? He said, because it is given unto you to understand. This is why I understand. According to them, it's not given. So that should tell you right there that it's not meant for everybody. He quoted Isaiah the 6th chapter. You know? And then Paul said the same thing in Romans the 11th chapter. You know? So it's like, damn, like, what else do I need to tell y'all to get it? But of course, you know, we know why. But still, it's, you know, we're telling you right now. You know what I'm saying? That these things It's in the scriptures, man. It's right there. Like you just gotta look. You just gotta read it.
This is Matthew 10 and 34. It says, "Think not that I've come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword."
Yeah, man. What else can that mean? Like the elder said when I first came into the church, the elder said, like, what was it? You know, the sword he didn't bring it to tickle you. What else does a sword do? The sword is meant as a weapon, a tool. It's a tool to kill. You know? So you know, yeah, Yahushua ain't gonna come back like the Christians say, you know, in a white cloud, you know, with long ass hair, you know, talking about, you know, I love everybody. No, he's gonna come back to destroy this place. You can read that in Revelation. You can read that in the 2nd, 13th chapter. You know, the evidence is there. You know? Yeah, that's right.
I want to land back there. This is Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 15. For behold, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. So,
I thought Jesus Christ was all about love,
right?
About peace, about gathering everybody, holding hands, talk, you know, kumbaya, like the Christians say. What about that Christian? What about that scripture right there?
So those see, boy. Verse 16, it says, "For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh."
Well, that sword again, you know, like that. We get read in Matthew 10. What he say? He says he's bringing a sword. All right, it's like the priest said, he ain't coming to tip it. All right, when you see somebody draw a sword, you know what I'm saying? He ain't coming back to say, you know, let's draw this sword out and basically do you like a knight. No, if he draw a sword towards you and he comes with anger, yeah, he's gonna take some heads off.
Yeah, even when you look at the old movie where they had swords, when somebody drew their sword, they were about to get down.
Yep.
All right, look them up. What's up? Right. They ran the fight.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
just like if somebody come down, pull out a gun, he ain't about to talk. They had enough talking.
Right.
You know, he ready to get busy. Right. You know, like can you read that in the NLT, the 16 bro?
It says Isaiah 66 and verse 16 in the NLT. It says, "The Lord will punish the world by fire and by his sword. He will judge the earth, and many will be killed by him."
That's straight to the point. Yeah, straight up.
Many gonna be killed by him.
Yeah.
By who? The Lord, man. But God is all love.
Yeah.
Many is gonna be killed by him. Better get this message, man. You know. No, that's not.
It's Revelation 19 and 12. It says, "His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. He had a name written that no man knew but himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of God." And you can read John 1st chapter. The Word was God. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about who? Let's talk about Yahushua. It said that his vesture was dipped in blood. How else are you going to get your clothes dipped in blood, man, unless you're killing somebody?
Right.
They said that on his head were many crowns, which means what? That he was taking the dominion for this place. Or he was taking the dominion, the kings of the earth. Right. We actually went into that. You know, all the kings of the earth are going to come against Esau. You know, once America here is destroyed, then the Lord Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, is going to come back and take the dominion from them. Like, you really think both sides? You really think Yahweh is going to go to the UN, NATO, and sit down at that table and be like, okay, let's negotiate? No, he's going to come down. He's going to take it, man. Like the brother said, man, if you see somebody fucking up with a gun, you think you could like hold on, let's talk about this. No, man, he's ready to shoot somebody. It's not going to be like One Tree Hill. You know, that dude with the gun came into the school and started shooting, you know what I'm saying? He killed that dude in that show. You know?
It goes into that in Daniel the 7th chapter. It tells you the saints shall take the kingdom. It tells you it's going to be taken. You know what I'm saying? There'll be no negotiate. You ain't negotiating when you take something.
takeover.
Ain't no discussion. Exactly. You don't discuss a takeover. That's right.
Like Devo took that bite.
Yeah.
Right. Lord gonna come back
Exactly.
and take the word.
My bike.
Yeah.
That was like,
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's like, it's got the earth coming like wolf balls. Right.
Nah, bro.
Hey, Lord,
Nah.
wow. You know what I'm saying? Deep on this shit, man.
Jeremiah 25:32, it says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth." It says, "And the slain of the Lord shall be in that day from one end of the earth, even from the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground."
Man, the Lord finna kill people from coast to coast.
Yeah.
You know, from coast to coast. Let's read that one more time, bro. Read that one more time, bro.
It says, verse 32 in Jeremiah 25, it says, "Thus said the Lord of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from one nation to another, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth." That's plural, coast.
Most with an S. Right.
It says, "And the slain of the Lord be at that day from one end of the earth, even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground."
There it is. North, south, east, and west. Death is coming, man. And they gonna be as dung upon the ground, upon the earth. You know, dead bodies everywhere, man. Ain't nobody gonna be getting lamented. Because they gonna die too. They gonna be dead too, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Revelation 6:2, and it says,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Revelation 6:2, it says, "And I saw, behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him. And he went forth conquering and to conquer." What else does that mean, man? The Yahushua being the one that sits upon that white horse, representing his strength, his power. And it says what? That he went on to conquer. He went on to conquer. It said he went forth conquering and to conquer. What else does that word mean, man?
Right.
You know, Esau came here to the Americas, conquering over our people, man. He didn't negotiate. We went into earlier, man. You know, his words were smooth and butter. You know what I'm saying? The war was in his heart.
Yeah.
You know? You know, but if you read up on Revelation 19, it mentions that same white, that he that sat upon that white horse, you know, which goes into Yahushua coming back, cracking them clouds, and destroying this place, man. And it goes into detail in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. You know, that big mountain, you know, he tried to see the end of it, and he couldn't see it. Talking about that mothership, you know, the chariot, the big chariot. Yeah. Revelation 12 chapter, man. Well, it all links together. You know, and that's another thing too, man. Revelation 12 chapter is not talking about the angels rebelled against the Most High in the beginning, man. You got it.
I mean, that don't even make no sense, bro. You know, really is that they rebelled in the beginning. Well, no, it's saying that the angels don't rebel, bro. You know, you read Job, clearly Satan, right, was in line with the Lord. Right, you know.
Yeah, if you keep reading Revelation 12 after that, Michael or Satan with his angels, and then Michael with his angels. If you keep reading down, it literally tells that salvation is come and the kingdom is established. Yeah, you know, so how does that make sense? And then brother mentioned Job. How come he was following the Most High's orders? So okay, you can mess with him, just know, just don't touch him.
If he was cast out, it said they presented the sons of God presented themselves before the Lord. I mean, he had to go into the heavens. I thought he was cast out.
Right. Supposed to be in the middle of the earth.
Yeah, I thought he was cast out. So I ain't, you know, if the Lord let him come on, I don't think no sense.
Can't let go of that,
But I got one just to, you know, this is Psalms chapter 103 and verse 20. It reads, "Bless Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, keep ye his angels that excel in strength." So angels, all of them. You know, when you read it in what's it, 2 Kings, with the council in the heavens, you know what I'm saying? All left and right hand was going into all the angels. Ye his angels that excel in strength, that do his commandments. So they do the commandments of the Lord, hearkening unto his voice, hearkening unto the voice of his word. So the angels, left and right hand side, do the commandments of the Lord. They hearken to the voice of his words, man. You know what I'm saying? It says, "Bless ye, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, all his hosts, ye ministers of his," because they're his servants, both left and right hand side. It says, "that do his pleasure." So they do the pleasure of the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no rebellion going on, man. That don't make no sense. How is something that the Lord created going to rebel against him, man?
This is Isaiah 45 and 7. It says, "I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things." So you got to understand that the Most High is in control of both sides. There's the right hand and the left side, or the right hand and the left hand. So all these things, they work for the Lord, man. Like these people are like the elders say, man. These people, these Christians, everybody believes in God and all that. They put the Lord in a box, not understanding that the Most High is in control of everything. You know, like everything that happens is for a reason. There's angels, there's demons, there's a right hand and a left hand side. You know, but the Most High is the creator of all. Like, you can't put a date. You know, they try to say like, there's got to be a time when the Most High was created. He came into being, not understanding that for like time to the Lord is nothing. The Lord isn't bound by time.
Yeah, I'm pretty minds cannot be fathomed. That's why you work yourself out. Everything, the whole secret, who created it? You can't be fathomed, man. Not these minds, man.
Chicken
You know?
head.
Ass niggas, man.
Thoughts are not our thoughts. Not his ways, our ways. From the supposed to go like that. So we can't fathom that. But like I said, hey, the stuff that we try to think about, we can't even take it that far in the heavenly sense. So we try to go back and think, oh, how the Lord, what he created, was this? Hey, he's the ancient of days, all right? You can't go back and change that. Like I said, he never is constantly existing, But you have like you say, he's gonna say, well, we can't fathom that, but we can say it was a big old ball of gas that exploded and made everything perfect, from the balance of the oceans, from the balance of the land, you know what I'm saying? The seeds buried in the earth to grow certain things. All this happened from a damn explosion. You show me one thing that then exploded and fell out perfect like that. You can't.
How there's bodies of water that come together and don't intermingle. How can an explosion cause that, man? The Bible tells you the Lord put bounds on them, man. When you look at the water, this big ass body of water that goes as far as the eye can see, yet when it crashes, when those waves hit and crash, it stops. It crashes and then comes up so far and then goes back. What's stopping it from just going and taking everything out, that the whole city or whatever? What's stopping it from taking it out, man? An explosion can't create that, man. Stop, bro.
Yeah, the Most High tells you that in Jeremiah the 5th chapter. It says, "Fear ye not me, saith the Lord.
Right.
I that set the bounds of the sea that they may not overpass."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the Most High tells you that. I think it's also in Wisdom of Solomon, where it talks about that you see the existence of the Lord, like, everything, like the trees, Yeah, you know, so you can see, like, if you have the understanding,
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 10. It says, I have seen the travail which the Most High has given to the sons of men to be exercised in it. He has made everything beautiful in his time. Also, he has set the world in their heart so that no man can find out the work that the Most High maketh from the beginning to the end. So the Lord designed it that way, for you to not even be able to find out his works, you know, from the beginning to the end, when it comes to creation and the aspect of that. You know?
Esau tried to pretty much explore the depths of the ocean, and after he couldn't, after he wasn't able to do it, he was like, "Oh fuck it, let's just let's try to find a way to leave this planet." What is it, like 80% of the oceans ain't been explored?
Right.
The Amazon forest ain't been fully explored. You know what I'm saying? Like there's different parts of the world that Esau really can't research like that. Yeah,
right.
Can't get to like that.
It's 19. Chapter 13.
It says, surely the vain. Oh yeah, it's this one. This is Wisdom of Solomon 13, start at 1. It says, surely vain are all men by nature, who are ignorant of the Lord, and not out of the good things that are seen, know him that is. Neither by considering the works did they acknowledge the workmaster. You know, so they don't think about like, okay, what, you know, this is the nature of this tree, all the cells that created, you know, they all grow the same. You know what I'm saying? Like the way, you know, the way that we're created, human body, how the human body works.
You know, nothing can touch the direction of the human body. Something that generates itself, man. Right. You know, has the immune system, all these different things. You know, like the folks say about it. Like their purposes. All they want from a fucking big bang. Fucking explode. Boom. There it is. Nah, bro.
This all say something like, oh, the reason we're here is because 1 out of a billion to the 10th, there was that one chance where life was created, you know, not giving reverence to the Lord that he was the one that made this.
Right.
What was that one Family Guy episode where Peter, the guy, the dad, he was looking at a trash bag, like moving around in the air, all majestic and shit, and he's describing it. He's like, man, look at this trash bag and how it flows and the air is moving in. And on the next scene is, you know, it's like, you know, supposed to be the most like, why are you looking at this trash bag? Do you not know how complicated your circulatory system is? You know what I'm saying? Like, letting you know, like, bro, Esau is focusing on one thing, but he's not focusing on the one that made everything that's here, man. Like, Esau don't think about, okay, how was I able to get the knowledge to build up these buildings? How did we figure out how the electricity works? You know what I'm saying? How were we able to make this great empire? Because the Lord was the one that allowed it.
That's right. And like I said too, these devils are smart too when it comes to, you know, wickedness and speaking evil, like the scriptures say, right? It says everybody in their heart is deep. In Psalm 68, it says like pretty much they sought out deep, okay? They seek deep to hide their counsel. Also, in Isaiah 28 and 15, we are 29 and 15. Bro, they literally brought out that Big Bang theory so that life, it'll be a meaningful existence to you so-called Negroes, you know, that so you don't believe in a damn thing and you go around living your life just like him, man. You know, meaninglessly. Do as thou wilt. It's just being a damn demon your whole life, man. Because you believe in that vainful existence of a Big Bang theory, man.
Right. So the scripture say, who basically believes that there is no God. You think there is no power. Right. Everything was created by some period of painting in your fucking house. Right. No, it was found, nigga, somebody created it. Exactly. You know, just like us, just like everything you see was created, man. It goes into it. This is the only book that has it, bro. It goes into the creation of this, man. Genesis chapter 1, man. You know?
When you think about life in general, a man and a woman come together, and a man ejaculates into a woman's sperm, you know, fertilizing the egg, and then all of a sudden you got bones growing, organs, ligaments, and blood vessels, and all, you know, a brain, and all these different things come from that. You know, that moment of, you know, life, bones growing, and all. That's a deep ass thought when you think about that, man. That came from an explosion, bro. Come on, man. It's too complex. Everything is too precise.
It's too designed.
Too precise.
Yeah.
That was precision, man.
Yeah.
And they said that in one of those little articles, in one of those little conferences, they said it was like, bro, life is so put together and so well designed. It's a pure fact, or it's like a pure sign that it has to come from an intelligent creator.
Right. There you go.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's right, man. That's right, bro.
This is Wisdom of Song, back into Wisdom of Song 13:2. It says, "But deem either fire or wind, or the swift air, or the circle of the stars, or the violent water, or the lights of heaven to be the gods which govern the world," man. So they was looking at these things and they were like, well, this is a god, that's a god. There's got to be a god of the sun, Helios. You know what I'm saying? Okay, a god of the Mother Nature, you know, all these things, man.
Right.
Not considering that the Most High is the one that created these things.
Right.
Like, for example, the planet Earth, it's like it just happens to be a perfect spot in the solar system,
Right.
to where life can grow. It just, you know, it's just by chance, according to science. You know, with whose beauty, if they being delighted, took them to be gods, let them know how much better the Lord of them is. For the first author of beauty had created them. Like, yeah, man, there's just, you know, there's a spirit of the wind, the spirit of the earth, the water, and all that. The Most High had deemed these things. He was the one that put them in place. These people created gods out of these things. That's why it talks about that in Isaiah 40th chapter, or the 41st chapter. It talks about that they hewed them out of wood, or they had chopped themselves a tree, and then they made that a god. You know, and that's the way that Israel has been. They'll see something majestic and say, we need to worship this, and then they'll make a god out of it. Look at for example, Ishtar with the Virgin Mary. Just because Yahushua came out of her, they worship Mary. But it tells you in Luke the 11th chapter not to worship, say, the paps. Pretty much the paps, they gave birth to him, you know, worship him,
It's Isaiah chapter 44 and verse 9. It says, they that make a graven image are all of them vanity, and their delectable things shall not profit, and they are their own witnesses. They see not nor know that they may be ashamed.
Yeah, man, they hew themselves out graven images. You know, they'll make a cross out of wood or stone, put that on their wall and worship that. You know, with the chest of Borgia on it. Well, now that's Jesus Christ, and then that's they worship that, or they have a picture of chest of Borgia on their wall, and they worship that. You know, that's hey, example in Exodus, man. When they had that golden calf, they was worshiping that.
It says, verse 10, who hath formed a god or molten a graven image that is profitable for nothing.
Yeah, see, there you go. Molten a graven image that is profitable for nothing. Rather than worshiping the Lord that created these things, they rather hew them out a false image, man.
Isaiah 44:11. Behold, all his fellows shall be ashamed, and the workers, they are of men. Let them all be gathered together. Let them stand up yet they shall fear, and they shall be ashamed together.
Those things are immense. Comes to that. That was Elijah. That's right. That's right. That was Elijah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. You know, and there's examples of that in scriptures, man. What happened with man, who was it? Oh yeah, you're right. I was thinking about that. The dragon. Yeah. When they came up in there, they had, you know, like they said the little reference. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you know, so you know, it just shows you the manner of this world, man. They rather worship these, make themselves false idols instead of worshiping him that made these things. Esau has had that trance on the planet Earth. Yeah, and he's pushed it heavy on Israel.
Hey, so with that, man, Lord willing, this is edifying. We want to give praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
A double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect, preaching his word, in truth and sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.